Start.
All right. Welcome all to the East African Open Day. It's really good to have you. Apologies, we're a couple of minutes late, but glad to have you all. I see a couple of people are joining. Maybe a good way that we could get to know where you're joining from is you can let us know from which country in East Africa or from where you're joining the webinar from, and we can just get to know who's in the room with us today as we give people just a minute and then we'll kick off because of time. Great, I see this Kenya. Thank you, Matthew. All right, Kenya seems to be taking the lead. There's Kenya as well from Stephen and Jane as well. Dante as well. Damaris from Kenya. Oh, we have Uganda. Welcome, Mia. It's good to have you joining us from Uganda today. And Emily from Rwanda. Good to have you, Emily. All right, so we seem to have Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda represented. Oh, and now Tanzania. Welcome, Shana. It's good to have you. All right, for those who are joining, we were just trying to see where people are joining from, so you can let us know from which country, which city. We were giving people a minute to join in, but just being cognizant of time, allow us to kick off the webinar today. I see Uganda also from here as well. Fantastic. Great. So it's really good to have you all this afternoon. So once again, good afternoon, everybody. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to the East Africa Virtual Open Day. My name is Lydia Karingithi, and I'm the country director for Nexford University, and I focus particularly on East Africa. So this webinar is the first of many opportunities, I'd say, where we showcase the breadth of Nexford's offerings and also the benefits that you would have by learning with us. So whether you're interested in earning a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or upskilling through either of our short professional development courses, we are here to help you unlock your potential. So we'll now dive in and explore how Nexford can support your educational and professional aspirations. But just before I kick off, there is a statistic from an IFC study that I'd like to share, really just speaking to how online learning is continuously evolving to meet the need of diverse learners. And this statistic says that the online higher education market is projected to grow significantly with an annual growth of about 10% between 2024, which is last year, to 2029. And this growth is driven by an increasing demand for flexible learning options. And this is especially among working adults who need to be able to balance their studies and their professional and personal responsibilities. And I'm proud to say that this is where Nexford comes in. So who are we? So we are a challenger university. We are US accredited with learners from 110 plus countries, folks who are looking to build in-demand skills while earning globally recognized credentials. And we do this by leveraging technology to deliver learning, which means our learning is 100% online. We are able to deliver a world-class education at a fraction of the cost of traditional universities. And one thing about our programs as well that stands out is that they are competency-based, and this enables you to build practical skills that you'll use to get ahead in your career or run your business. And the advantage of, online learning or leveraging technology to deliver learning is that you're able to flex your learning to fit your schedule. And so there are no fixed class times. You really are able to fit that in to what matters to you and what you're working on at the moment. Our tuition fees are also charged on a monthly basis, and therefore the faster you graduate, the more money you save. And one thing I'd also like to speak to is, the support that we give from our success advisors, which I think is one thing that really helps us to stand out. We do understand that it can be quite a shift moving from in-person learning or a hybrid model to a fully online model. And so we offer personalized support through our learner success team, and they are able to guide you through throughout your academic journey. If you are facing challenges, when it comes to, for example, softer challenges like balancing your work schedule and learning, or you probably need support with the learning platform, that is what they are there for. And they are available to you 24/7 whenever you reach out to them. Also, as we said, there are no fixed class times. We do have learning beginning at the first of every month. All you need to do is make sure that you enroll for the program by the enrollment deadline, which is the 28th of the month. And by enrollment, what we mean is that you need to have made your application, are admitted into the program, and you pay your first month tuition by the 28th of the subsequent month of the previous month if you want to start on the 1st of the next month. All right, so we will now move on to our programs. So Nexford has a myriad of programs, as I mentioned earlier, starting all the way from the master's programs to the short courses. So we currently have 4 master's programs that we offer, and we do have a couple of others in the pipeline as well that are driven by the skills that are in demand. So we do have the Masters of Business Administration. You can take that as a standalone program, or you can take that with the specializations that are listed herein. So the specializations are artificial intelligence, sustainability, international business, cybersecurity, e-commerce, fintech, and blockchain. So this also is driven by your career path or your interests, and you can get to choose that if you want to add that on top of your program. Then we have the MSDT, which is a Master of Science in Digital Transformation. We have the MSDA, the Master of Science in Data Analytics, and the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship. So the timelines that are listed along our graduate programs are the average, completion times for this particular programs. But like we mentioned earlier, you get to dictate your learning path depending on your schedule. And so if you are maintaining the right GPA, if you do have a bit more capacity on your hands, then you can accelerate your learning path and you can study quicker and graduate faster. But also, as you get to join, we do have a cost load policy that also guides on how you can take on these programs. And so please feel free to reach out to our team, and we'll be able to guide you on how you could complete your programs and the different learning paths that are available to you. Also, one thing to highlight that is critical is we charge our tuition fee up until the completion of the average completion duration, which is the 18 months. And what this means is if for one reason or another, your program extends beyond the 18 months, we will cap our tuition fee at the 18 months, so long as you complete your program within 27 months. And so you only get to pay tuition for the 18 months. And if you complete under the 18 months, you will only pay tuition for the months in which you have studied. Then for the undergraduate program, we have the Bachelor of Business Administration, which we refer to as a BBA. The average completion time here is 48 months, and you can take this with the 6 specializations listed, which is finance, people operations, entrepreneurship, business analytics, artificial intelligence, and digital marketing. So you can choose if you'd want to lump this on top of your BBA or you want to take it as a standalone program. Again, remember, this is the average completion time, and this is where we cap our tuition fee, and anything above that within the span of 9 months, you would not be charged extra for. And if you accelerate your learning path, you will also pay for the duration in which you study. Then we have an Associate of Applied Science in Business. And this, especially for us in East Africa, I think language that would help us understand this is more like a bridging or a diploma program. And this gives you specific skills under the BBA that you get in about 24 months. And then thereafter, you can, if you choose to, complete your BBA. And this takes a duration of 24 months. So in addition to the degree programs, and we have our non-degree programs, and these are what you call our professional development short courses. And if you are looking to either stay ahead or stay current, stay ahead in your business or your career, you want to look at a particular skill to solve a particular problem, then a short course is what would be a fit for you. So we do have graduate short courses and undergraduate short courses. So all these take a maximum duration of 8 weeks, but you can take them between 4 to 8 weeks. Again, we have a portfolio of different courses depending on where your areas of interest are. And if you go to our website, www.nexford.edu, you will be able to see all those particular courses, the skills you will be gaining, and you can be able to select a course that is right for you. If you are not sure what course would be right for you, our applications team will be more than happy to support you. So when you go to our website and you select to speak to somebody, someone will be assigned to you and they can be able to guide you on what the right course would be for you. All right, so for this particular month of April, we do have a special offer. And as I said, this offer is up until the deadline, the enrollment deadline, which is the 28th of this month. So basically in another 3 days or so. And the tuition offer that we have is if you enroll by the 28th of the month, you will get 50% off the first month of your tuition, and then 25% off from month 2 onwards. So what that means is for the first month, you'll get 50%, and then moving forward until the completion of your program, you get 25% off. And this is applicable for the Associate of Applied Science and Business, the BBA program, which is the undergraduate program, and the 3 listed master's programs, which is the MBA, the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, and Master of Science in Data Analytics. And so if you are keen on taking up this scholarship offer for the month of April, please send an email to help@nexford.edu and someone will be able to reach out to you. And also, if you're interested in the entrepreneurship scholarship as well, which is not listed here because that is different, please send an email to help@nexford.edu and you will be able to get support on the scholarship offer available for this month. All right, so I will pass it on to my wonderful colleague, Therese, who will now take us through the admission requirements.
All right. Thank you, Lydia. Hi, everyone. Once again, my name is Therese, and I'm the admission team lead here at Nexford. Joining me today is Sandra, our head of compliance. So as Lydia mentioned, I'll be giving an overview of our admission requirements. So there are 4 major requirements that you'll have to submit apart from paying the application fee. These are the following. First, a digital copy of a government-issued ID, your passport style photo, proof of completion or graduation, and your proof of English language proficiency. For the government-issued ID, this must have the following: your full name, date of birth, and your photo. If your government ID has an expiry date, it must be valid upon submission. So some of the IDs that we accept are your passport, voter's card, driver's license, or your national ID. Next up is your passport style photo or your headshot. This must be professional looking and clear, as this will be verified against the photo on your government issued ID. This is part of our identity verification process. Next is your proof of graduation or completion. This depends on the program level you are applying for. So at the undergraduate level, this pertains to our undergraduate certificate or undergraduate degree programs like the AAS or the BBA, while the graduate level pertains to our master's degree programs. Now, for our undergraduate applicants, the minimum requirement is your high school credential. For East African countries, all of them have national examinations. So what we require is a copy of your national examination results, your certificate or statement of result for us to verify if you meet the minimum requirement for the program. So to give you an idea of what we're looking for example, for Kenya, what we need is your KCSE or Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education. I see that we also have attendees from Rwanda. So what we need is your Rwanda Advanced Certificate of Education. While for Tanzania, we need both your CSE and ACSE results. So these are your Certificate of Secondary Education and Advanced Certificate of Education. For Uganda, we also need both your UCE and UACE results. So your Uganda Certificate of Education and Advanced Certificate of Education. Lastly, for Zimbabwe, we need both your GCEO and A-level results. Now, these national examinations each have specific requirements, which the admissions team will review. If you meet the minimum requirement for the national examination, then you will be accepted into the undergraduate degree program or certificate that you're applying for. There are also some applicants who completed or who took the IGCSE because they followed an international curriculum or they may have taken the GED test. So the GED stands for the General Education Development Test. What we require is a score of 145 in 4 content modules. On the other hand, for the IGCSE, this is the International General Certificate of Secondary Education, the minimum requirement is a grade of C in 5 subjects. This includes math and English. Apart from that, we also have applicants who hold or who completed a diploma. If you hold a diploma, you may also submit this credential. And if you wish to apply for transfer credit, then you may do so for our undergraduate degree programs, specifically the AAS and the BBA program. Our registrar's office will be more than happy to review your transcripts to assess which courses from your diploma may transfer to our undergraduate degree program. Next, at the graduate level, the minimum requirement is your bachelor's degree credential or an equivalent credential. If you hold a higher credential, such as a postgraduate diploma or a master's degree, then this also works. What we require is a copy of your degree certificate, transcript, or statement of results. Next is your proof of English language proficiency. So at Nexford, we use various electronic databases. This allows us to check the language of instruction of most institutions across the globe, as well as to determine the language of instruction of a country's specific education level. If we're able to verify that the language of instruction in your previous institution or in your country is English, then this requirement may be waived for you. However, if you're unable to do this, then you will be required to submit proof of English language proficiency by either taking an English proficiency test or providing an English proficiency certificate from your previous institution. Last but not least is the application fee. This is for $25. Moving forward, we also have program-specific requirements for our master's degree programs. Applicants who do not meet the specific requirements must pass the required foundation course or courses with a grade of C or better. So for example, for full acceptance to the MBA or the Master of Business Administration program, what we require is a degree in a business-related field. Otherwise, you will have to take 1 foundation course, which is Business Fundamentals, before you transition or before you take the MBA program. Next, for the MSDA or the Master of Science in Data Analytics program, our requirement is a business-related degree with a statistics course. If you do not meet this requirement, you'll have to take 2 foundation courses. However, there are some scenarios where we waive one of the 2 foundation courses. So for example, if you hold a business-related degree, but you did not complete an undergraduate statistics course, then you'll have to take the statistics foundation course first. On the other hand, if you hold a statistics degree or you do not hold a business related degree, but you completed a statistics course, then we can waive the statistics foundation course, and you'll only have to take business fundamentals. Lastly, for the MSDT, or the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, we require a business or IT related degree. Otherwise, you'll have to take one foundation course. And then for the MSE, or Master of Science in Entrepreneurship, we do not have a program specific requirement. So any degree in any field will suffice. You'll be fully accepted to the program. And that's all for our admission requirements. Um, Once you have submitted all of your documents and once you have submitted your application, one of our admission officers will be reviewing this, and we will be able to provide an admission decision within 24 to 48 hours if there are no issues with your application. Rest assured that the Office of Admissions and our Nexford application specialists will be guiding you throughout your application journey. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at admissions@nexford.edu, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. That's all on my end. Over to Jeannie for a virtual tour.
Thank you, Therese. I will start sharing my screen now.
Sorry, Janine, just before you go, I see a couple of questions on the chat box. So
Yes.
kindly, you can also ask them on the Q&A at the bottom of the screen, and we'll be able to respond to them so we don't miss any questions. Thank you. Over to you, Janine.
Thank you. All right, before I start, can I kindly ask if you can see my screen? Just want to be sure it's sharing correctly. All right, can anybody maybe let me know if you're able? Okay, fantastic, thank you. And we will get to those questions at the end of our webinar, so please pop them in the Q&A box, and then we can answer them live. So before I begin, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Janine, and I'm a Senior Nexford Application Specialist. I've been with Nexford for almost 4 years now, and I've had the opportunity to speak with learners from all over the world. So I'm really excited to show you what our learning platform looks like. How you will study, how you can communicate with other learners, how you can get in touch with your success team. So before I start, okay, yes. So we use Canvas, which is our learner management system. You can either access Canvas on your computer desktop via Google, Firefox, or the browser that you prefer. But I also would like to show you that we do have a mobile app as well, which you can access whether you have an Android or an iPhone. This is what the little logo looks like for Canvas. It's the red and white circle. Just so if you would like to learn on the go, you'll be able to download the app on your cell phone. So before I get into Canvas itself, I quickly just want to discuss some of the features that you can access via the app. So you'll be able to view your courses, you'll be able to view your assignments, you'll be able to view your grades, but you won't be able to submit your assignments via the application. So you will be able to read through coursework, so you can learn on the go, but you will definitely need a laptop or computer to be able to work on your assignments and submit your assignments. So when you start with Nexford, so what's great is you can enroll this month, but you have an option to start up to 3 months later. But you'll get access to Canvas the moment that you are enrolled with us. So the first thing that I want to talk about is our dashboard. So when you open the dashboard is where all your courses will be displayed. And courses are opened on the 1st of every month. So you will start with your first course and that will open on your dashboard. And all your courses will be available on your dashboard, but not all at once. Like I said, will be open from the 1st of every month, a new course will open. And the first program I want to speak about is our Nexford orientation course. I already opened it in a new tab. So the orientation course is there to get to familiarize yourself with our learning platform. So it's really important that we do ask every learner, as soon as you start with Nexford, to go through your orientation course. And the orientation course will stay on your dashboard, so it won't disappear. If you forget something or you would like to refresh, you can go through it again. I'm going to show you the modules. It really does not take a lot of time to go through all of this. I think you can do this in about an hour, hour and a half, depending on how much time you spend on it, on this. And you will not receive any grades for these modules, but you will have to go through them just to familiarize yourself with our learning platform. So there are 4 modules, and each will have a little heading so you know how or which work you will be going through, what you will learn. So I'm going to open the Welcome to Nexford University just to show you what you can expect. So this is a video. I do hope we can hear the sound when I play it. I am going to play it quickly and see if I've had some issues with the sound. Just going to pause it there. This is our founder and CEO, Fadel Al-Tarzi, and it's just a little welcome video for our learners. You'll also be able to see that you can send him an email directly. We do have an open book policy at Nexford, so you'll never have to feel that you are stuck or alone. And I'm going to speak a little bit more about that as we go on. So the first thing I want to speak about is our learner study groups or WhatsApp study groups. So a question we do get a lot is, am I going to be alone throughout this journey? Will I be able to meet with other learners or meet with learners that are starting an MBA in the same cohort as I am? Well, the answer is yes. We do try and encourage learners to engage with each other. So we do have learner WhatsApp groups where you can get in touch with peers, whether you want to speak with people that are starting in the same month as you, or just other learners that are maybe studying an MBA or MSDT degree. So you'll be able to access the learner WhatsApp groups here. I will highlight it because it is a built-in link. And what's really great about this is, should there not be a group created yet that you are specifically looking for, you are welcome to create your own learner group and share it with our team, and we will add it to our website. So you can always be in touch with learners from across the globe, or maybe perhaps just in your country, or maybe perhaps in your area. So you can also arrange meetups, study meetups. So it's really a great function to have. So I do encourage you to make use of this. You can always learn from each other. So next is peer mentoring, but also how to get in touch with your success team. So success team is, also a learner success team is a term that you will hear quite often during your program. So our learner success team is there to assist you during your program. So that's apart from your professor. So our success team, should you need to take leave of absence, or if you perhaps had trouble with an assignment, or if you submitted your assignment late, you will reach out to your success team, and they are there 24/7 to assist you during your program. And the email address is in the orientation course, but I'll also show you how you can get in touch with them in other ways from our learning platform, Canvas. So this is just how to introduce yourself to the Nexford community. Since we are a little bit pushed for time today, I'm not going to go through this, but I will go straight into the courses and show you what our courses look like. So I opened the first course on the dashboard. So the courses that are displayed will obviously depend on the program that you choose to study. So I opened our business analytics course. So each course opens to a homepage with just a brief summary of what the course is about, the competencies, as well as if you need help from your professor. So you can also schedule one-on-one sessions with your professor, video sessions. So you will also, besides your success team, you're also able to get in touch with your professors should you need any help. Going to go over to the syllabus. So the syllabus is basically just describe the course duration, the course credits, faculty information, your course description, competencies, resources and materials, obviously the course deliverables, your course schedule, and a module schedule. So like Lydia mentioned before, you are able to finish your program sooner, but should you want to complete your program within the given time frame, here is a little schedule that you can use to know to keep up with your project, to keep up with your date, and know that you can, or to submit your assignments by the deadlines. So at your module, day 7 of the term, day 10 of the term, your evaluation. So here's your grading weights. So what each assignment, the grading weight for each assignment, your milestone assignments, as well as your final project, which adds up to your final total grade for the course, the grading scale, policies, for instance, late work. That's why I mentioned before, should maybe request an extension, reach out to your success team, because there are policies and penalties for late submissions as well. I'm quickly going to open one of the modules. So each course consists of 6 modules and then your final project. I'm just quickly going to scroll down to just show you your final projects. So your module 6, and then you've got your final project. I want to show you some of the coursework or what the courses looks like. So you can go through your course introduction. This is just introductory information. So it is really great to go through this before you start with your modules. Module 1 overview. So you'll see a lot of our courses do have a lot of videos and interactive features. We do have a lot of quizzes in between, so it's not just a ton of reading. I do know a lot of learners ask me, am I just going to sit and read the whole time? We do try and keep it interesting and not have you read tons and tons of information. We still want you to enjoy the course, so there will be lots of interactive activities throughout the courses as well. So it's your course outline, your course competencies, your module assignments, introduction, again, a video, the definition of business. So it's really to keep you engaged in the course, and you really do have to go through everything, click on everything. If it's clickable, we do encourage you to click on it, because we also do check if you go through all the information. So here's a business analytics prior knowledge check. It's only 3 questions. It's 10 points. So there will be small activities in between the programs as well. Next up, I want to show you the assignment section. So this is where you'll be able to view your assignments for this specific course. You'll see your prior knowledge check, your module 1, module 2, up to module 6, and your final project. Your marks will also be displayed here as soon as your professor has marked your assignment. What I also want to just discuss is, although we do have flexible, as I can say, hours, so you can choose when you study, you can decide, many of our learners already started their careers, working individuals, so you can decide if you wanted to work on your assignments during the evenings, or would it be better during the weekends, or in the evenings and the weekends. But it is important to still meet your assignment deadline. So when you hear flexible, a lot of people think, oh, it's flexible and I can submit my assignment when I want. That is not the case. With these, yes, you can study in your own time, but you will still need to meet your assignment deadlines. And it's very, very important. And should something come up and you cannot, please reach out to our success team, and they can assist you. You'll also be able to view your grades. Opened up the grades. So this is where you can view your grades for each module. And then you'll see your final mark at the end. So you'll probably get your final mark after your final assignment is marked, but as soon as your professor has marked your first assignment, your marks will start displaying in the grade section here. What's also nice is your professors can leave comments. So if they think you've done a great job, or if they think there's something that you can improve on, you'll also be able to see comments from your professor on this page. I will get into that. So another question that we do get quite a lot is, do we have exams? So at Nexford, we don't have exams, but we have final projects, but we do have a proctored exam. I don't think this, like I said, this is a dummy account, so I don't think this is going to open to anything, but Rosalind is our proctored exams. So you will be required to take a proctored exam. I believe it's in the beginning, middle, and end of your program, where you'll have to to log in specifically and have your camera on. That's also for verification that you are in fact the person that is completing your program. So although we don't have exams, you will have a proctored exam, but your professors will communicate this to you well in advance. Next, what I want to talk about is one of the other resources we have. You'll see it will also be on your dashboard right next to your orientation course, is our writing lab. So when we go to university, I do know our MBA learners or learners that are looking to study in MBAs a little bit more familiar with referencing, but we have a writing lab for you guys. If you struggle with referencing or in-text citations or not sure about the specific format, at Nexford we use the APA referencing style, and you'll be able to find all the resources that you need to be able to cite and source your work correctly. Just going to scroll through this. What I also encourage you to look into is the generative AI and LLMs, my apologies. So ChatGPT, Google Gemini, how you can use AI during your program, but also use certain tools to help cite your work and reference your work. So please make use of this. This is really, really helpful. So next, what I want to talk about is our library. Always logs me out. Let me just open it again. So we also have a library that you can access in Canvas itself. So it's really fantastic about the library. It's got hundreds upon thousands of different resources for whatever project that you are working on, whether it be a research report. So we do encourage learners to use this as well, because it's all in one. You don't have to go outside of Canvas to get materials for your projects. I just want to do a quick search as well. Let's just going to say marketing. Sorry, it is taking a while to open, but I just wanted to show you the abundance of resources that are available at your fingertips within the Canvas platform. So you can see there are many different pages that you can go to, but there's also links to outside resources. So this is really, really great. You don't have to go outside of Canvas to find proper resources. So everything is here, and there's also many links on the side. I am scrolling. I hope you can see where you can further your search for different resources and for your projects. Okay, another thing I want to speak about is our calendar. So the calendar, I don't have any events in here right now, but you're able to use your calendar to your advantage. So would you like to set up maybe a peer meeting with some other students? You can arrange that in your calendar. You have it to do, more options. So you can create an event, a calendar event. You can repeat the event, location, address. You can add people to your calendar event. I'm going to go back. Okay, these are new courses added, but also what I wanted to show you here at calendars on the right-hand side, I'm highlighting it for you right now. So you'll see the courses here is color-coded with the courses on the dashboard. So you can color code your courses, add them to your calendar, the days that you want to work on them. So here I can change it to any color that I want, and then link it to the courses over here. I do know, I think it's once a month. Some of our professors do, I know Dr. Bill does that, have live lectures, and the lectures will display on your calendar. So when there is a live lecture and our professors schedule it, it will show up on your calendar as well. So you can just keep an eye out for that. I also want to mention that it's not compulsory to join a live lecture. It is recorded, so you will be able to watch the recording afterwards if you are not able to join. You will not be penalized if you don't join the live lectures. Next up, I want to speak about our inbox, which is also here on the left-hand side. So what's fantastic about Nexford, when you start with us, you also get access to Microsoft 365 and an Outlook email address. but it will also be linked to your Canvas profile. So should you get an email, you can also view them here. You can also reach other learners here or your professors. If you do not have their email addresses, you can do it from here. So I'm just going to show you how we're going to do that. So it's easy as click on compose. You can select the course, master, that's just a template, but you can select the master course. You can insert names. So usually this drop down has students and lecturers or success team as an option. So then you can just select either your professor, professors, and then it will throw you out a few names. You can insert your subject, insert your message, and press send. And that's how easy it is. So you'll see there is an address book on the right-hand side here. So this is a dummy account, so I'm really sorry. I did want to show you professors, but it will be in the drop-down menu. And that's how easy it is to get in touch with your lecturers, success team, or other learners. So you can also engage with other learners from your inbox right here. And now what I want to talk about, I'm really, really excited to share with you, because we do have additional benefits for our learners. So this is our career services and development. And we do get a question, how can we help you in your career? And so first I want to talk about IBM Digital Nation Africa. So all our learners in Africa, if you study with Nexford, you get free access to IBM Digital Nation Africa. It is more of technology-based and related programs, but make use of it. Even if you studying entrepreneurship, it won't hurt to see what is available there and upskill. I think these days, the best thing you can do for yourself is build up as much skills as you can. You also get free access to LinkedIn Learning. I did open LinkedIn Learning here, just to give you an idea. So you also get free access to LinkedIn Learning, which is usually a paid service. And you'll be able to complete any of the courses. I believe it's over 16,000 courses. Just going to search for a course to give you an idea what it looks like. So there are many different courses that you can take. So if you are studying, let's say, a Master of Science in Entrepreneurship, but you like to learn a little bit more about artificial intelligence or marketing, or anything for that matter, you can find it here. What's fantastic is you do get a certificate of completion, which you can also add to your resume. So it is for future employers. Can see, you don't just have your MBA or your Master of Science degree, but you also have a lot of courses that help build up your skills. There's courses from advanced, intermediate, beginner. It's really endless what you can do. So we also encourage learners to make use of this. You have access to this for the duration of your program. So if you're studying an MBA, you've got 18 months. If you take 18 months, you'll have access for 18 months. So for the duration of your program, you will have access to LinkedIn Learning. And please make use of it. It's really, really fantastic. And you can also post your certificates on your LinkedIn profile. So it's really great. We do try and assist our learners in every way that we can. The next thing I want to talk about is Forage. So a lot of learners ask us, how can we also help, especially our BBA learners, if you've maybe not started working yet, fresh out of high school, just graduated. Forage is there to assist you with working experience, real life working experience. I did open the website here, so it's free job simulations. But the thing is, this is for actual companies. HSBC, Goldman Sachs, it's really for big multinationals all over the world. Some of the hours is 1 to 2 hours. It's intermediate. This is sales for example, introductory 2 to 3 hours. And you can also add this work experience to your resume. So if you don't have any work experience at all, or perhaps looking to gain experience in a different field, if you're looking to have a career change, you can come to Forage and gain that real life work experience. So I think that is all from my side. Oh, one last thing. We do get this question quite a lot. I had a learner ask me yesterday. So you'll also be able to keep your access to LinkedIn Learning, to IBM Digital Nation Africa, and your Microsoft 365 account at the end of your program. So should you want to keep access to your Canvas profile, your Nexford profile, so you can revisit your courses, you can study more LinkedIn Learning courses. So yes, you'll also be able to keep access to our library. I almost forgot about that. For a small fee per month or a discounted fee per year. But yes, it is possible. I did get that question, strangely enough, yesterday. So I think that is all from my side. If there are any questions about the learning platform, please let us know, and we are happy to assist. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Janine, for that. So we have about 10 minutes before we wrap up our webinar today, and we are going to have a Q&A with one of our alumna. Her name is Winnie Ayam, and I'd like to introduce Winnie to you, who will spend a couple of minutes just really sharing her experience at Nexford. So by way of introduction, Winnie Ayam is a seasoned professional with over a decade of experience in business development, marketing, and administration across multiple industries. She holds an MBA from Nexford University and is currently serving as the Director of Sales and Marketing, where she's led innovative campaigns and strategic partnerships. So Winnie brings expertise in sales, advertising, and AI-driven market strategies. And we're so excited to have her here today for this virtual open day to share her experience with Nexford with us today. So welcome, Winnie. I just want to confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, I can. Thank you again for the welcome.
All right,
Hello,
fantastic.
everyone. Thank you for the introduction too.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Winnie. So I think the first question today is, why did you elect to do an MBA?
It was something that was necessary for me to be able to be competitive in my current position. And then I also felt like I needed to challenge myself further with my education. And yeah, at the time we were just transitioning from COVID, so it was a really good time to do an online. And I was very lucky to just find Nexford online. So that was the main reason why I ended up at Nexford and doing my MBA.
All right, fantastic. And we all say education is an investment. So I'm sure you did take time to research and look around and select a university for your MBA. So why did you choose Nexford over a traditional university in Kenya?
Yes, I did. One thing I saw someone post here that do we get 100% financing, and another person mentioned something else. One main reason I have to admit is Nexford is relatively cheap. If we are being honest, it's quite affordable compared to most universities. And then I also wanted the comfort of just working from my house, and doing my studies from the house, and not necessarily having to go to a traditional university where I have to sit down and do the norm like I did my undergraduate and the rest. So that is one of the reasons why I compared Nexford to a lot of universities in Europe, actually, not much in Kenya, but in Europe. And it turned out to be the most affordable, and it already had a really good program that was running. And then I also had a friend who had already gone through Nexford and showed me all the pros and cons. The cons were quite few. So yeah, it was a very easy decision for me to make.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, affordability is one of the things that, we pride ourselves in, without not having the brick and mortar and leveraging technology, then we do not transfer that cost to the learner. And that makes, our programs accessible and affordable while still ensuring that we do not compromise on quality.
Yes.
So yeah, how did you find the Nexford learning experience, and what aspects did you like the most?
I loved, okay, let me say the experience was very nice. The experience was really, really nice. I think the time I found it to be very difficult is when Kenya was having the dollar, the exchange rate fluctuate. It came from almost, I think, 199 shillings to almost 150, and that was a big challenge. And at some point, I remember I had to pause my studies. But before I paused, I consulted with my how do you call it, my direct advisor, school advisor. And I remember she just told me, instead of stopping holding my units, what I should do is I should take other courses, like I should mentor other people, I should do all these extracurricular activities for the school, which was going to help me get another big cut on my school fees, and also help me continue going, doing my classes without necessarily pausing for the classes. I really liked that. And then one thing that I like, which you mentioned earlier, is the fact that the faster you do your units, the less you pay. So you can decide at some point. I remember I used to do 2 units. It was a bit hectic, but you do 2 units within a month, you pay a school fees for 1 month instead of 2 months. That made a lot of sense for someone who, I mean, if you're struggling financially, like I was at the time, it made a lot of sense for me to save on something. Yeah, but
Yeah.
also continue with my classes.
Oh, fantastic. And now that you've graduated from Nexford, Winnie, how have you been applying your MBA?
I have been applying it. I was just recently promoted to the director's position, and I must say that is something that just came immediately after I completed my master's. Of course, now you understand things more differently. I'm in the marketing department, and it's a very important part for me. I really needed to learn a lot of things, and also I forgot to mention, Nextford makes studying very fun. So you don't feel like you're necessarily doing studies. It's almost like you're reading and reading. And, if you enjoy reading books and everything, that is how it felt. And also the material online was so useful to me. So yeah, it's been very useful in terms of I've been able to get a promotion and also be able to apply a lot of things that we were taught in school. And also, if you check on LinkedIn, one thing I loved with Nextford is the fact that with LinkedIn, you're able to interact with so many people, just because of the fact that you have the yellow badge behind your name. It really gives you a wider opening. And if you check like Canada, you check Nigeria, you check anywhere, just the fact that you have the yellow next for the logo in your name really gives you a lot of advantage and good interactions online. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Some really great insights there, Winnie. And I think finally for me, can you share any experiences where you can say Nextford's global approach to education has helped to broaden your perspective?
Yes, I can. Which one do I say? There's so many in my head. Okay, so being able to meet and interact with people online. We had a group, I was an April cohort, so I had like a very big group of people who were in my MBA class, and with that interaction, we were able to create very good relationships, very good friendships, and then you realize sometimes your struggle as a Kenyan could also be another person's struggle somewhere else, maybe Rwanda, Uganda, anywhere else really. And it really gave us a very good opening and very good relationships also, I must say. I still have a lot of friends, international friends, and we're always planning like maybe we're going to meet somewhere and all that. And I think that is it's a good opening to people who are, if you're necessarily like very busy and you don't have an outside life, you get to gain like another family from your school. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. And finally, Winnie, and thank you so much for sharing, is what advice would you give to any Africans, East Africans, or anybody who's looking to enroll at Nexford?
Nextford is the way to go. I have to say our systems, the Nextford systems, learning systems are very, very good. And I think if you are going the IT way, which is the inevitable way now, Nextford is just like one of the best ways. And I think the school is actually ahead of most schools when it comes to online learning. They make it so easy, so flexible, and also what else did I want to say? The lecturers are quite ahead. I have to commend them. And sometimes also when you just send an email, surprisingly, as much as we are very international and some people are Africans and time zones vary and everything. Yeah, so I would just advise anybody who is keen, East Africa that is, who is who wants to advance their education should really look into Nexford because it comes with a lot of advantages, to say the truth.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you, Winnie, for making the time. And we are so thrilled to hear about your promotion as well. Wish
Thank
you all
you.
the best in your future endeavors. And
Okay.
thank you also for sharing the experience with potential learners here today. I'm sure there'll be more of this of interaction. So thank you. We appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you too.
All right. So before we close off, I'd like to answer a question that has been asked a couple of times, especially on graduation. So as a US accredited university, we do have US graduations that take place, and that is usually communicated to our learners and graduates. But also what we are continuing to do, being part of a global community, is identifying locations where we could have centralized graduations. And so, you have that particular option, but in case you're not able to make it for any physical graduation, in-person graduation, all our graduations are broadcasted live, and you would still be able to attend your graduation virtually. So I know there's a couple of questions as well, and I know Janine is also responding to them. But if you have any question, there's something you'd want tackled that was not tackled here today, please feel free to send an email to help@nexford.edu, and we will be able to answer all your questions and have someone speak to you regarding what you would like answered. So fantastic. So thank you all so much for making it today. And we wish you a lovely weekend ahead.
Lydia, I'm quickly sharing our email address just in the chats
Yeah.
before I'm
All
going
right.
to, I'm sharing our email in the chat if you quickly want to take a screenshot. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And please feel free to reach out by email. Our team would be happy to assist you. Thank you so much, Lydia, and everybody that joined us today.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.